Hey, it's time to dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking this video and making yourself a priority. I'm Denise. It is Monday, and Monday on this channel is weigh-in and meeting topic from the WW. Look at my face. I just used a new scrub, and I'm like, it looks a little red today. Okay, so I scroll. It's like one. I didn't really look at it. I was doing my skincare. Felt really good though. It was the one that I hauled in my Thrive Market haul. All right. Okay. Weigh-in. Timmy did get weighed. He said he was only up a pound from when he finished the contest at school was it last month or the month before? Last time, that was, which honestly is not bad at all. For being like a month without being weighed, and he's really kind of, been doing a lot of going out. So that's not bad. He was actually, I'm just really surprised. So he's happy. He's back. He's on a more routine, and he just joined the gym down by where it will be working. So he'll be able to go and work out a few days a week. So that's good. So I'm hoping, he keeps on that uptick and gets a few more pounds off and, feels better. He does feel, he said, I do feel better. He goes, he was funny. He goes, I notice when I don't eat, I overeat or I overdrink, I don't feel well. Anyway, like, yeah, because when you start eating better and then you eat not so good or drink not so good. See, for him, he's still in that phase where he's young. He's indulging in adult beverages. And a lot of them are so filled with sugar. And when you get away from that and you have it, it's like, it's a sickening feeling. So he is noticing that. Not that he's stopping, but I think he's having less, which is always a good thing. He'll be 26 next month. 26. Crazy. So how did you do, Dee, this week? Well, I was shocked. I'm going to be honest. I was down 0.2. I was impressed. Again, I am trying not to. I'm not on a weight loss mode. I'm just eating pretty much. I would say 60% intuitively. Being very careful what I order, what I create, what I make, what I eat. Excuse me. It's the morning. We were at 2 barbecues. I had a barbecue and we were at a barbecue. And both times I ate a burger on a bun. But see, that's the thing. It's not detrimental to have a burger on a bun. It's what you put on the side of that burger on the bun. I made sure that I was very cognizant of the sides that I ate. It's not like you can never have a burger on a bun. Oh my God, I just had to watch, like, they had potato salad, there was pasta salad, there was all different kinds of, like, things. What was the one thing I would never eat that anyway. I can't remember what it was. I'm like, always I'm not a huge macaroni salad girl. Very rare. I like pasta salad. So I did have the pasta salad. I did not have the potato salad. Now when I had my barbecue, I did have my potato salad because I knew what was in it and I could control, mine just it was really good. The boys said, "Oh, this is really good." Keep it basic, mayonnaise, light mayo, mustard powder, onion, garlic, little lemon juice, and it's really good. So, yeah, I was happy. I didn't feel stuffed either barbecue. It's not like, oh, I can't believe I ate the whole thing, or I would go back and have a hamburger and a hot dog. I didn't feel the need to have both. I chose which one I wanted. And I wanted the burger over the dog. And the burger was excellent. It was still pink inside. I opted out of the cheese. Well, I'll tell you why. At the barbecue, the cheese was on the side. I like my cheese on my burger on the grill. So it's kind of like, if by the time you get it on there, it's not going to melt like you want it to anyway. So I'm like, and it was American cheese. I'll be honest. I normally here try to have like provolone or cheddar or Swiss or mozzarella. I'm just so over American cheese. So again, that's something that this is actually going into this week's Weight Watcher topic: how to build a satisfying meal. And I like they put the word satisfying, not just how to build a meal, not even how to build a healthy meal, how to build a satisfying. That adjective is exactly what we need to do. We need to be satisfied, because if you're not satisfied, you're not going to stick to any plan. You're just not. It's one thing to sit there and say, oh, I'm going to eat it because it's low in points. That's great. But did you really like it? Did it satisfy that craving? For Suzanne, did it hit the note? And that's what we try to do, my recipes for me. If I'm making something that I'm trying to lighten it up, it's never going to be the same, and it shouldn't be. And I know this going into it. If you go into a recipe thinking it's got to taste just like the other one, no, it doesn't have to taste just like the other one. But if it tastes similar and it hits the note of what you're looking for, then it's satisfying. And that's why I do for a lot of my recipes. No, there's a lot of interesting swaps that I do. That's not the same. No, it's not, and nor should it be. But is it good enough? Is it satisfying? Does it hit the note? And that's what I try to do for me. And I hope that is something that I try to instill on you guys, that it's about satisfaction. It's not about comparing. You can't compare apples to apples because it's not. You're comparing apples to, like, I don't want to use the word strawberries, but something similar yet different. You just have you'll learn over time. Like when you have the attitude it has to taste the same, it does not like it, then that's the thing that's going to not keep you on plan. So let's see what Beth Jane has to say. Looking for a meal inspiration that checks all the boxes, easy to put together, delicious, fits in your points budget, and keeps you full for hours? Check out your recipes. Look at my voice this morning. I love that they put easy to put together because they know a lot of us, who wants anything complicated? I mean, I used to watch those great chef shows on Channel 12, PBS, and my God, they were so complicated. I mean, or you could go to these Michelin star restaurants, and those dishes are so complicated. They're delicious, but honestly, I can be satisfied with something much more simpler. But it's always nice, like I say, save complicated for going out to eat. That's what I always say. Try this. Decide how many point totals you want to spend on the meal, then choose the food or foods from each category below. Definitely. I mean, I try to keep my points separated. Like breakfast is usually between 0, maybe 7 at most. Lunch, I try to keep around 6. Sometimes I go under. Sometimes I go over. Not all the time. So I have the bulk of my points for dinner and snacks. It's just easier because I find, for me anyway, I think for most people, we spend the most points on dinner. It is just a complicated meal because it just is. Because there's always a side, there's always a protein, there's always a veg, and sometimes there's just usually like sauces and accoutrements with it. So there's always, because you could have, I don't worry about that, Dee. I have grilled chicken and broccoli all the time. And once in a while, having some grilled chicken and broccoli is good, but I don't want to have that too regularly that I'm going to get tired of it. And if you're sitting there going, you don't enjoy it. So I'm looking for satisfaction. So these are the questions. Filling. Pick one or more protein or fiber-rich item as the base of your meal. Always good to start a meal with a protein, especially at 90, well, I'll say 90. I'd say 85% of our proteins are 0 points. So that is a great base for any meal. Protein, chicken, eggs, tofu, seafood, beans, beef, lentils, and yogurt. So give me all the 0 point ones. That's how you start. And then you have your non-starchy vegetables, oatmeal, whole wheat, non-starchy vegetables, you can pick a fiber. Non-starchy vegetables, oatmeal, whole wheat pasta, or brown rice. I'm going to here tell you, I'm not putting whole wheat pasta all the time. I eat it occasionally with certain items. I don't enjoy it. It's not satisfying to me. So I don't choose to, I choose to spend my points on regular, and that's my choice. If you enjoy it, then that's great. But don't eat it because, well, I think I should. I'd rather have less of something that I enjoy than more of something that I don't. Satisfaction. I'm not satisfied. That's just for me, though. You might find it. You might think it's great. Then I say enjoy it. Step 2, bulk. Choose foods loaded in fiber to fill out your plate for a few or no points. Non-starchy vegetables. Oh my gosh, you could bulk up with vegetables. Back when I started Weight Watchers, back in the early 90s, I guess it was, I used to make tuna salad my tuna salad was like huge because I would put broccoli and cucumbers and onion and pepper in there because they were all such easy vegetables you could throw in there. And my salad was always, I remember looking at my sandwich going, wow, look at the size of that sandwich. And if it visually looks big in your mind, you think it is. Or fruits, like broccoli, mushrooms, or berries. Oh my God, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I do. I feel a little balsamic on there. A little. A teaspoon is all you need. It is so good on mushrooms. Berries, they're giving you berries for fruit, I think because of a lot of fruit is high in natural sugar. And I think berries are the ones like strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries are very low. And like if you see people who've had weight loss surgery, they eat mostly berries because of the low sugar content, because they can't have a lot of sugar. So they're always eating berries. You very rarely see them eat apples. You very rarely see them eat bananas because the sugar content is high. And I totally understand that. It makes sense. But I don't like berries. I mean, I tolerate blueberries. I like strawberries. I'm not going to have berries because, well, they're better. I don't like blackberries. I don't like, it's this little grittiness. I don't like it. Again, I don't care for that. So for me to eat that just because I should, I will leave that meal unsatisfied and be like, oh. And every time I pick them out. Blueberries I can get through. Fresh blueberries. I cannot eat a cooked blueberry or frozen. Now my boys laugh because Peter loves making oatmeal with frozen blueberries. He's like, oh, the juices. I'm like, that's not. I like my fruit whole. Again, it's just preference. And that's the thing. You want to feel satisfied. You want to enjoy it. Am I wrong? No, it's just what I like. So you have to eat what you like. And that's all this is about. Flavor. Use these items in smaller quantities. Only requirement is that it tastes good to you. Holla! Yes. Cheese, heart-healthy oils, salad dressings, avocados, nuts, and olives. Oh my God. How about capers? That briny saltiness, and you don't need, and I would suggest, like, especially with nuts and olives, and even like craisins and stuff, or raisins, chop them. You can make them smaller and they go a little bit further. It seems like they go further, but it's better than getting a whole one in a mouth. Spread it out. So always chop that up. Wild card. Add whatever else you're in the mood for or what helps you finish the dish. Potatoes, corn, bread, or grains as a base for soups or a sauce. Broths are so great, and you can get I don't, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Chicken, I know chicken is low fat, like chicken, well, I guess it's not. You have to get the one that says low fat. They are high in sodium, so just be very careful in your broths. You can make your own. You can do those powdered broths. You can do, people are into the bone broths. They are more protein in bone broth, but it's more money as well. So you have to watch. You definitely have to measure those things. The breads you should measure. Your potatoes you should measure. And I guess a dog wants to go in. So definitely you can have them. You just have to know what you're having. Sorry about that. You have to know what you're having. So it's easier to figure out when you can measure it. Not saying to have what you want, but know what you're having is basically what it is. How it might come together. Filling. Chicken breast with taco seasoning, fat-free refried beans is a filling. Bulk. Cook peppers and onions, shredded lettuce and tomatoes. Bulk it up with things like that. Fill your taco and your burrito with that. You'd be surprised. Fat-free refried beans. Oh my gosh, they are to me a lifesaver. They bulk up any kind of Mexican taco. It's amazing. And again, I was a person who didn't eat beans before Weight Watchers. Didn't eat any beans. Nope. Not even. I wasn't a huge fan of chickpeas either. But now it's like I look forward to them. I look forward to what they can do. Like fat-free refried beans are always in my pantry. Chickpeas are always in my pantry. Cannellini beans, black beans, they bulk up everything. You're going to have a chili, extra beans. It's just so good, and it's filling, and it's fiber, and it's satisfying. And I feel like if you don't like the way something is prepared, try to find a different way to prepare it. I feel like I hear people say, I don't like vegetables. Okay. Maybe it's the way you make them. Like, I didn't like asparagus growing up. I didn't like Brussels sprouts growing up. It was the way my mother made them. My gosh, I absolutely am obsessed with asparagus. I am obsessed with Brussels sprouts because I prepare them differently and the way that I like them. So definitely really revisit, how to prepare something. Try something new. Look up how to prepare something. I love air fried broccoli. So good. The crunch. I love crunch. I'm a big crunch person. I love roasted asparagus. I love shredding the Brussels sprouts and sauteing them. Even roasting them whole is fantastic too. My mother used to boil them. Boil them. When she tasted my Brussels sprouts, she's like, these are really good. Yeah, yours were terrible. Oh my gosh. roasted eggplants. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with a vegetable. Like, I think we're just so geared on the way our mother made it or the way we used to eating it, and we just don't like it. But there's like I said, go on Google, just put in there preparations for whatever vegetable you want, and you should get a ton of things. Flavor: shredded cheese, avocado oil for cooking. Oh, shredded cheese or avocado and oil for cooking. Definitely, I feel a lot of us are afraid of oil. I think because it's so high in points and it's a fat. It's a fat. But always remember, our body needs fats. It does. It helps with digestion. It keeps you regular. Olive oil is a great, I use avocado oil and olive oil. They're the oils, I've always used them. Even before I was on Weight Watchers, I just like them. I like the flavor of olive oil. I use extra virgin for dressings. I don't cook with extra virgin. I don't feel you have to pay the extra money. I use like a regular olive oil. But I love extra virgin, just drizzled on everything. I mean, I use it in place of butter. Be honest with you, I'd rather have olive oil on my bread than butter. That's just my choice, and I enjoy it. So definitely add a little oil, but measure it. Especially in the beginning, you don't know how things look. Once you measure something, you know what it looks like. You do. So if you get into a habit of measuring, you will see how it will definitely, because you can, or the spray bottles, that helps with, my spray. You see my olive oil sprayer I use. Spritz olive oil in my pan before I saute. The wild card, corn tortilla shells. Corn tortilla shells. I think corn tortillas are better than wheat tortillas, I believe. I enjoy the corn ones better, actually. Some people are big on, I guess, if you don't like corn, then don't eat them. I think it's again, personal preference. Like, especially the soft ones, a lot of people don't like I love them. Again, that's a personal preference. So this meal came together for the chicken breast was 0, the bulk was 0, the flavor was 4 points, and the wild card was 2. So the total points for that meal is 6. Let's dive deeper. There's no right way to put together a meal, nor must each one include the 4 categories above or be perfectly satisfying. But if you're asking yourself, why am I still hungry? I just ate. For the 4,637th time, having a recipe template that guides you towards satisfying meal combinations and helps you and keeps you on track. How? Building meals based on foods high in protein and fiber, nutrients known to keep you fuller longer because they digest slowly, means you're less likely to overeat later. Meanwhile, incorporating flavor-boosting, high-point ingredients you love, looking at your cheese, dressings, and nuts helps you satisfy your brain. That is so true. Fats are like brain food. It truly is, and that's definitely, there's nothing wrong. Like, I tend to like to make my own dressing. I'll be honest. I don't like the store-bought ones. I like the ones in the refrigerated section, the ones made with yogurt. I do like those. I buy them occasionally because sometimes I just don't have time to make them. But I prefer to make my own. I just like the way they taste. It's not about what's in it. It's the way they taste. I'm all about flavor. If it's not good, I'm not going to eat it. But I like being able to. I do a lot of vinaigrettes. It's just fun, and once you start getting into it, you're going to be like, you're not going to want to go back to those bottled ones, and some of them are horrific. I don't even know how they're still on the shelves. They don't even. First of all, they're thin. I mean, you want your dressing to be a little bit thick. And I look, I go, and people, I guess they just don't realize that there are other options out there. Yes, you have to pay a little bit of points for it, but honestly, it's worth it in the end because you're satisfied. If you're eating that salad with that crappy dressing, if you're eating a salad dressing with a delicious dressing, you're just like, it's just fantastic. You want to enjoy your food. We don't eat as much as we used to, so what we eat, we want to enjoy. That's words to live by. Bottom line, the biggest key for weight loss is eating fewer calories or points than used for energy. Satisfying both your stomach and your psyche can make that, and reaching your goals, feel easier and more delicious. Like I said, we're not eating as much as we used to, so what we eat needs to be satisfying. It has to be, because you don't want to be going scrounging around. Nothing worse than scrounging around at, 8 o'clock at night scrounging because you're not satisfied with your dinner. I've talked to a lot of people who do this, like, they can't stop eating dinner, like after dinner. Why can't I stop eating late at night? Why? And my first question always is, what did you have for dinner? Because that is usually a telltale sign of why they're hungry later. Usually is. If you're not putting in a healthy carb with your dinner, you're not going to keep you full for the end of the night. And you're just going to be scrounging. I very rarely eat after dinner. It's very rare. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I ate something after dinner. I don't feel the need for it. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel like I need it. And there he is again. He's going to wait this time. But yeah, you have to be satisfied. So you're leaving that dinner unsatisfied if you're scrounging around 8 to 9 o'clock at night. So try to, work on what you're eating for dinner and see if that helps those nighttime cravings. So that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know with a big old thumbs up. Comment below how your week went. Was it good? Was it bad? We did have the Memorial Day barbecue in this week, so let me know how you did. How was your barbecue? And what do you think of this week's topic? How do you think, to build a satisfying meal? We all have our opinions. Let me know yours in the description, in the comment section below. If you are new here, welcome. If you've not yet hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with D. Hitting that subscribe button does help out my channel. Hit that bell notification, let you know when I upload. I upload a few videos a week. We go live on Sundays for the weight loss podcast. You can catch old weight loss podcasts up on the live feed. There's a thing that says live. You can catch all the old podcasts on there if you ever want to watch them. They're a lot of fun to watch. The chat does come much later after the live. Like, we do a live, and I think it takes about 5 or 6 hours before the chat feed goes on there, because sometimes it's hard to follow if you don't see the chat feed. It's a very fast-paced thing. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really nice community there. Always come to the live. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just like, I'm not awake yet. It's early here. So I will dish with you another day. Have a great rest of your day. And we got this. And like I said, build a satisfying meal. Satisfaction is where it's at. It is.